Welcome to this Band 7 Plus vocabulary lesson. I'm IELTS Master Lee, and today's topic is body and mind. We're going to look at some great collocations for this topic. Let's go. The words for this lesson are mind, body, grow, period, and growth. You probably already know maybe all of these words, but we're going to look at collocations. These are words that go together often and very important parts of being an advanced English speaker, reader, listener, and writer. So we're looking at these advanced collocations for each of these simpler words. The first word today is mind, and the definition of mind is the part of a person that makes them able to be aware of things, to think and to feel. And we have two example sentences here. In all of the example sentences today, the first example sentence will be a written style, so something from IELTS reading or something you would write on an essay, a little bit more advanced. And then the second example sentence will be something that's more spoken English, something a person would say. All right, so the first example sentence for mind is, when discussing the pros and cons of museum admission charges, it is important to bear in mind that the price can affect the outcome. Ooh, bear in mind. What does this mean? This is actually an expression, and to bear in mind means to keep in mind or to think seriously about, to keep thinking about. And then the second sentence, I have no idea why I stayed up so late. I was out of my mind. This is another expression, two expressions with mind. And this expression means I was crazy. I was out of my mind. Crazy. All right, let's look at some other collocations for mind. So first, from the top right, we have out of my mind. That means crazy, right? And on the top left, we have bear in mind. This means to think of seriously. Down below bear in mind, we have peace of mind. Peace of mind. Yesterday, I went outside, but I had to come back quickly to check if I locked the door or not. I guess it wasn't necessary, but it gives me peace of mind. It means it makes me relaxed and I feel safe. Peace of mind. The next one down we have is have in mind, to have something in mind. This means to be thinking of something. It's a common question to say, I'd like to go to dinner. And then the other person could say, oh, really? What do you have in mind? And the first person would say, oh, well, I was thinking of maybe a hamburger place. Yeah, what do you have in mind? What are you thinking of? Next, on the right side, we have make up mind. Maybe you've heard this before. To make up your mind. This means to make a decision, to choose. Make up your mind. Oh, which one should I get? Should I get the chocolate flavor or should I get the vanilla flavored ice cream? And then chocolate, vanilla. Oh, I don't know. And maybe your friend will say, oh, just make up your mind. Just choose. Just make a decision. Make up your mind. And then the last one, state of mind. State of mind. For example, you have a positive state of mind. This means inside your mind, you're very positive. You have a general positive feeling, or you could have a negative state of mind as well. The state of mind is kind of your general feeling, your general emotion. All right, that's it for mind. Next, we have body. Also, we have some expressions and just some normal collocations, words that often go together. For body, the definition is the whole physical structure of a human or an animal, and also a group of people who work or act together. This is an interesting second definition. The first definition, we see this picture on the top right. But the second definition, a group of people who work or act together, let's look at this first example sentence. National policy is most often set by the governing body of a country. The governing body. Now, of course, there's not a big body like this big person that governs the country. A governing body is the group of people who are the government. And then the second example sentence, this is a more normal sentence. The day after my soccer game, different muscles were sore all over my body. All over my body. So everywhere, all over my body. All right. And collocations for body. We have part of body. We have whole body, governing body, body weight, and body language. So the first one, part of body. What does this mean? Well, part of my body was sore. Part of it wasn't sore. The next one, whole body. My whole body was sore everywhere. And then governing body. This is the government, the people who are part of the group of people who make the rules in your government. Body weight. Body weight. This is how much you weigh, your body weight. And then the last one, body language. I'm sure you've seen this before. Smiling or using your hands, different kinds of body language. Nodding for saying yes or shaking your head for saying no. Different kinds of body language. Next, we have to grow. To increase in size, number, strength, or quality. And that's the basic definition. But since we're looking at collocations, we also include phrasal verbs or different expressions. So sometimes the meaning changes a little bit, but that's okay. If you understand the basic definition, you can kind of guess or really understand when we talk about the collocations. So for example, the first sentence is, giving employees the space to grow into their role is a good management strategy. To grow into something means to get used to it and become better while you're getting used to something. So, for example, maybe you give someone a job that's a little bit too difficult for them, but just a little bit. They have a chance to grow into their job. They have a chance to get used to it and become good at it. Next, we have I grew up in a small neighborhood and didn't move until I was finished with high school. You probably know what this means. I grew up in a small neighborhood. I started in a small neighborhood, and as I got older, I stayed in the same neighborhood. All right, and I got bigger and got older. I increased in, size, yes. Number, no, there aren't more of me, but strength a little bit. But I increased in quality. I grew bigger. All right, collocations for grow. We have grow up. You know that. Grow and develop. Now, these two words, grow and develop, they go together often. So you can use them in a sentence together. Maybe you can figure something out. Grow rapidly. Grow rapidly. So instead of saying grow fast, you could say grow rapidly. Sounds a little bit better. Grow steadily. This is a little bit at a time, so not a lot of ups and downs, but just to grow steadily. And then grow into. We had the example sentence from before where we used grow into the role at your job. Next one, we have period. Period means a particular length of time. For example, during the 1-year period from 1990 to 1991, profits increased tenfold. What does tenfold mean? Tenfold means 10 times. So for example, if profits were 10 in 1990, they grew to 100 in 1991. And the second example sentence, most teenagers are in a transitional period. Things can change a lot. A transitional period is a kind of period where you're transitioning, you're changing. So a length of time where you're changing. You know, teenagers, if you're a teenager, you probably understand. If you're finished with being a teenager, you also understand you change a lot during those years. Other collocations for period. Starting from the top left, we have a period of. For example, a period of 3 years. A period of 2 months. Okay? Next, we have a period from. Also very common. A period from. I went to a foreign country during the period from when I was 16 until when I was 18. Okay? You have short period, transitional period, and then a 2-month period. Now, I wrote 2-month period. 2-month period is probably one kind of collocation, but you could substitute anything in there. A 1-year period, a 2-month period, a 2-week period, a 2-hour period, a 10-year period, any kind of time span you put right before period. All right? Last one, growth. The definition of growth is the process of growing physically, mentally, or emotionally. We also had grow earlier, the verb, but there are so many good collocations for growth that I thought I'd throw it back in to this, and we can look at some of the collocations here. Now, collocations, again, are words that go together often. Example sentences. First, we have governments that promote sustainability can help encourage economic growth in the environmental sector. Ooh, this is quite a fancy sentence. Lots of big words in here, but nothing too difficult. Encourage is to push someone, to motivate someone, to persuade someone to do something, and encourage economic growth. So you're pushing the economy to grow. And in the environmental sector, in the environmental group. So if a government promotes sustainability, if they push green energy or something like that, of course, that will help the people who are trying to make the environment better, or the people who are working in the environment, or with the environment, rather. And then the second example sentence, I left my previous job because I felt like it wasn't promoting the kind of personal growth that I wanted. Okay, this time we're collocating, well, first of all, personal growth. It's another good collocation. Before we had economic growth. And this time, instead of encouraging growth, we're saying promoting growth. Also another great collocation. But let's look at some more. First, here we go. Encourage growth. You can look at the example sentence on the last slide for that. Next, the opposite, restrict growth. Restrict growth. This means to hold back, to not let growth happen very quickly. Next, achieve growth. This is a big goal at companies, right? They want to achieve growth. Okay, how can we describe growth? Not a verb, but an adjective. Significant growth. Significant growth. This means a lot, big growth. And then population growth. Okay, so you can put some kind of thing before it. What kind of growth? Do we have economic growth? We have population growth, and I'm sure we have other kinds of growth as well. Financial growth. And then up on the top right, we have growth rate. Growth rate. This is the pace that you grow at. The pace that you grow at. How fast are you growing? This is the growth rate. All right? These are some great collocations for growth. Please use them, remember them. Your action step for this video is to use each word to write 2 sentences and post your sentences in the comments below. Be sure to use these collocations, these words that go together, whenever you can. Collocations make you an advanced speaker, band 7+. That's why we're doing collocations. These words might be easy, but the collocations are fantastic. All right, good luck. I'm looking forward to seeing your action steps down in the comments. If you like this video and you'd like to see more IELTS Master videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/c/IELTSmaster and tell me, what would you like to see next? Let me know in the comments. I'm really excited to hear from you. Thanks so much, and good luck.